Hi, my name is Sue Saunders, and we moved here in 1996. It was a new home, and we wanted San Anselmo because of the schools, and it's such a beautiful town. We've lived here 28 years, and we raised our children here. My main motivation for doing an all-electric home is to get rid of natural gas, which is 90% methane, and methane is 70 times more powerful than carbon at trapping heat, which is driving climate change. My second reason was health, and we know that using a gas range or having natural gas appliances in your home can release toxic chemicals that are very harmful, especially to people with lung problems. And my third reason is comfort. The heat pump that keeps the air quality in our house is amazing. I am comfortable all the time, and sometimes I walk outside and it's 90-degree heat or it's really cold, and I'm shocked because it's so comfortable inside. You'll notice that our front yard and our backyard are barked, and we were able to do this with a generous rebate from Marin water. And we were very concerned about drought, which we know we're going to have droughts and extreme events of rain. So we wanted to make sure that we weren't going to waste water. And so one thing we wanted to make sure that when we got our heat pump, that the energy wasn't going to escape. So we did extra insulation in the attic and then also below in the crawl space. And we did this with generous rebates from Marin. And then we were also able to take a $1,200 tax credit for doing the insulation. So come on in. So once we knew that we had the dual pane windows in place and we did more insulation to make sure it was up to code, we knew we were ready to get rid of natural gas, or methane as I like to call it, and that we were ready to do whole home electrification. So this is my husband, Joe Saunders, and we were not exactly on the same page about the induction cooktop.
And for years I've done the cooking and cooked on a gas stovetop, gas range. I had no idea that all those years I was breathing poisonous gases, and so was the whole family. This one made no noise, and so I finally won over, and now I really like it. It'll boil water and really fast, maybe a minute. It makes perfect oatmeal. I'm used to cooking with it now. It's great for pasta. Anything boiling is great. I really like it.
So the one thing I really like about the range too is it's clean. The gas range just would get gunk inside and it just always looked dirty. And this, all I have to do is wipe it off with a sponge with a little bit of soap on it, and it looks great all the time. One of the reasons we were able to afford the whole electrification, and specifically our last item, which was the induction range, was because of the California smart homes, where they give you extra money if you do whole home electrification. And so for 2024, it's an extra $4,250, so $4,250. We also got another rebate from Marin. We also got a rebate from Electrify Marin, and then we got the $1,200 tax credit from the Inflation Reduction Act. I'm on the San Anselmo Climate Action Commission, and one of our big pushes is to reduce the use of plastic. And so we pass out these produce bags. So this is what a heat pump looks like in your home. It's your regular vent, and it's bringing out cool or hot air. Electrifying my home was so helpful to me. Larry Waters, was getting in contact with me whenever there was a great rebate. I initially went to Quit Carbon, who was very helpful in letting me know what the process was and how they could help. So that was a great resource. The other fantastic resource is the Switches On. They have every rebate, incentive, tax credit listed on one website. So I knew where I could go and find out exactly how much I could get to electrify my home. So this is my all-electric washing machine and dryer. And then we replaced the vinyl on the floor with marmoleum, which is made from linseed oil and other natural resources, instead of vinyl, which is made from fossil fuels. And so this is a mini split, which we had installed because this room just bakes in the summer. It gets the direct light, so it gets really warm even at night. So we didn't want to cool the whole house just to cool this one room. So we got a mini split installed by Electrify My Home. And it's as easy as using this remote, which, you know, you can just go to cool and you can raise and lower the temperature as you want it. So it's a really nice feature to have. So one thing we wanted to do was make sure we did as much fire hardening as we could. So we installed Vulcan vents, which are fireproof vents, because that's one of the main ways it gets into your house, a fire nearby. And one of the things our home inspection report said was that you don't want any wooden gates or fences touching your home. And then we also use these rain barrels. So during the winter when there's the heavy rains, catch the rain in these rain barrels and then use it to water our outdoor plants. So this is part of what the electric heat pump looks like outside. And this bigger unit feeds all the vents in the house. And then the mini split that is upstairs in the master bedroom is fed by this smaller unit. So this is part of my solar system, which we installed in 2019. Anything electric I do, I try to do between 10 and 4, especially my electric vehicles, because charging at night is actually 10 times as carbon intensive as charging during the day. So behind me are 2 electric vehicles, which will only drive all electric. I'm never going back to gas. But for shorter trips, I try to use my bike. So we have 2 electric vehicles. One of the reasons we got the Ioniq 5 is that it has this capability called bidirectional charging. So it allows you to use the battery to power appliances in your home. So I have this handy adapter. You simply plug it in to where the charging outlet is, just like that. Then it has a plug that you can put in durable, very strong electric extension cord. And then we run it into the house and we are able to put in our coffee maker. We have a double induction burner that's specifically for power outages, and it's just a great feature. This is the heat pump water heater. The heat pump water heater and the heat pump are so much more efficient than gas. They use, some say, 300% less energy. And it also comes with an inner air filter, which is great for, you know, inside air. It's really clean. And then also if there's wildfire smoke, which we have had several times, it will clean the air and keep the air safe inside. So that's a really nice feature. So in closing, I just want to say that I'm really ecstatic to have an all-electric home and to not be supporting fossil fuels anymore. I feel safer. I feel more comfortable in my home. I feel better about taking climate action. So it's an exciting time to be doing this. And the great way to learn about all these rebates is to go to the switcheson.org. And as soon as the California rebates are released, those will be on there as well. So keep checking. And happy electrifying.